How do we make sure we leave them after Ramadan and we keep those good habits after Ramadan as well?
There are a couple of things which we can do. The first thing that we need to do is our mindset. We need to fix our mindset. We can't treat the month of Ramadan like the 100-meter sprint.
Mm.
That is how we treat the month of Ramadan. Okay? And that is how we treat Islam sometimes, like the 100-meter sprint. Ramadan is not the 100-meter sprint. Islam is a marathon. Okay? The athlete that prepares for the marathon and the athlete that prepares for the 100-meter sprint, they train differently.
Yeah.
Okay? Many a times we will exhaust all our energy in the month of Ramadan and that's it. But we have to train ourselves to be like the marathon runner, where we have to, develop our stamina. Okay? We have to think about the long endurance, the greater goal, not the short term, because the marathon runner will run for longer,
Mm.
not like the 100-meter sprinter who
Yeah.
will run for a couple of seconds.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean the marathon runner doesn't, um, um, put speed in. So there are times when they will overtake. There
Yeah.
are times in which the agility will have to kick in.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's like special virtues like the month of Ramadan, virtuous times like the month of Ramadan.
Exactly.
Okay, and so we have to understand that this is a race, this is a competition, and so this marathon is something which we should pace ourselves with. Many a times we enter the month of Ramadan, and even before the month of Ramadan is finished, we're burnt out.
Mm.
That's because of
Yeah.
our mindset.
Yeah.
Forget about the question that you asked. How do we develop those after Ramadan?
Yeah.
We're already done by night 4 or 5, and that's why you see the masjid becoming empty
Yeah.
after those
subhanallah,
nights.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because our mindset.
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Sabiqu ila maghfiratin min rabbikum." Hey, compete with one another to the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the mercy of your Lord. So number one is your mindset. You have to pace yourself. Don't go all out. So the individual who gives sadaqah only in the month of Ramadan and then they never look at sadaqah again.
Mm.
£5,000 they give in the month of Ramadan, but they never give sadaqah again.
Mm-hmm.
That is not correct. Okay, that is not beloved to Allah, because the Prophet ﷺ said, "Habbul a'mali ila Allah adwamuha wa in qal." The most beautiful and most beloved deeds to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those deeds which are consistent even if they're small.
Yeah.
So to give £5, okay, every single week, even though you can give more, is better for charity in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than a person who gives £5,000 once a year and never looks at sadaqah again.
Mm.
To read a page of the Qur'an every single day is better than someone who reads 3 juz of the Qur'an once a year and that's it, they never look at the Qur'an again.